What's up, y'all? It's your man DBK again. And dude, I seriously just got interested recently. Basically, I got into, like I said, ends and beams came around, get more interested in symbols. And basically, one symbol I've been seeing a lot of is the 5-pointed star. Like I said, I see it in like the Eisenhower Stateway. I've seen it on our flag. Like, I see it everywhere. So basically, I got worried since I saw it on the flag in the U.S. I'm wondering how many other country flags have symbols like this. Found out a lot. Like nearly all of the flags of the world have some sort of similarity to some other flag in the world. Like France is the same as I think Denmark, except Denmark's stripes are going vertical. France has red, white, and blue stripes going across. Cuba and some other things have like Jamaica. There's Jamaica and a few other countries have a triangle come from the left pointing to the right, and it has 3 stripes on the point all across the point. And some of them have. It's just weird how like it makes me think of saying the conspiracy theories that these things are thought out way before, like long time ago. Like basically, I'm thinking like, how does a small country like Trinidad and Tobago get a flag? Like, what makes them think they need a flag? Like, or who started him? You need a flag. You need to represent your country with a banner. I'm trying to think like, how many countries started this? Like, why now? Or like, not even why now, but why then? Like, I don't know. Then it's just like, who designed it? Like, what was the committee be like? No, this represents our country. This is what our country needs to be represented by. Like our story is like Martha Washington, like drew up our flag because she was very symbolic and she's like everything like that. And so it's like wondering like why do you have this? It's like there's somebody, some group or somebody making flags for countries, in my opinion, because it just doesn't make sense how countries around the world, like okay, even if flags started in Europe, why does the flag in the South Pacific? Why is there a flag in the South Pacific? No British colonized most of the known world. Maybe they did. Very funky thing about the British though. I found this. I even just said I couldn't find it. I went on Google, looked up flags of the world. I only got one thing that had like 48, 50 flags. But like out of those, 5 of them had the bars from the British flag. Like the British flag, they had those in part of their flag. I know Britain conquered a lot of the world. Alright, fine. I accept that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the other thing. Alright, how many of them have it? Like, a bunch of flags have the red, white, and blue, and some more fashion of that. But a lot of flags have this 5-pointed star, which I said before is like a Satanist mark. It's basically like you put that point. You know, most of the points are pointing up, but you put the point pointing down. That's Satan. That's the Satan symbol. That's basically, witches know that. That's put the pentagram, put it in a circle. That's a bunch of witchcraft stuff. I don't know much about witchcraft, but I know like, if you watch any movie where they have that, you know they put a pentagram and they put a circle around and put candles to points. You see that in the movie The Craft. Alright, you see that a lot of times. So it's not just me. This is weird. I don't know, I just found it odd. Another thing I found odd, there's a lot of this reverse psychology going on in the media. It's like reverse psychology, I mean the fact that, let me just shut the window down so you can hear me. Reverse psychology is the fact that they say, don't do this, let us do this. Just go about what you're doing, let us do this. It's like, oh, we're like, okay. Don't believe constraint, like George Bush said this about right after 9/11. Let us not tolerate any strange conspiracy theories. Okay, let's not do that. Let us not educate ourselves about our own world. Just believe what we're telling you. Now, even if your friends told you this, you wouldn't fully believe them. You'd question it. Even if it's a good friend, you might say, okay, well, I'll stop. But sooner or later, you better tell me what's really going on. I got a bunch of questions that I need to ask you at some point. And we're like, nope. I was like, all right, cool, Bush. Do what you do. You seem like a smart C student. You know what to do. Why? I don't. I live my world by logic. if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars. But now it seems like if now it's, I know I try to make things make sense, and when I'm seeing it make sense, it makes dollars. Just not for me. And I was like, all right, cool. Okay, so like, let me break this down. Let me see if it makes sense for you, just so you see where I'm coming from. 9/11. They found a passport of one of the hijackers. I'm going to take this very simple. Okay, that doesn't make sense. They made a passport, so they made up the whole hijacking. So somebody out there got bombed that controlled the World Trade Center, all the 9/11 attacks. Somebody started that. I didn't make money, but now we went into war in Afghanistan and Iraq. Who's ever making bullets, guns, tanks, armies, and stuff like that, they're making money. Whether just they're throwing the money away, I guess they're like, bullets cost whatever. Let's say they cost $200, whatever. I'm just throwing out a number. Somebody had to pay $200 to get those. Alright? Now, if you keep doing that over and over and over again, yeah, someone's going to make money. It's not going to be the dead bodies on the ground, but it's people holding guns pointing at the dead bodies. And it's not even them either. It's people who had those guns bought them off somebody else. That people's making money. And then even that, we got people that we go in there. America's like a double-edged sword. We'll come and kill you, and then we'll help rebuild your country in the way we like it. But we're conquering everybody. We're conquering the man. Iraq is conquered now. We got that. That's ours now. Afghanistan is now our military base that hop into Pakistan. We're owning these people. I bet all these countries have Starbucks and a KFC and McDonald's now. So basically saying like, okay, Starbucks, McDonald's, people who's helped construction companies that help demolish and rebuild countries, they're making money. But not me and you. Me and you are still broke. Me and you don't know how to make rent each month. We're still trying to, alright, cool, we can make rent. If we get sick, fuck it. We're going to struggle to make that. And it's like, oh, broke my arm. Alright, guess I got to help find this. Or I got a cold. I don't need to go to the hospital. I'll wait for a couple more weeks and see what happens. Messed up. And like I said, like people say we're slaves right now and sheeple. Believe it. And if you don't, look at what you do. Follow yourself, man. If something doesn't make sense, don't believe it. Talk about it, figure it out, research it until it makes sense to you, because that's what you need to do. They're trying to keep people dumb. Why do you think all across the world, like when you had mass slaughters of people, like the Nazis, Pol Pot, they would always kill off, they said, the educated, the sick, and the people that were different. The weak, basically. The weak and the people that could hurt them. Basically, they take out the middle, they take out the bottom. That's like, alright, I want you, like you're playing chess, take out the pawn so they don't come up and sneak up and get you behind. You want to go after the queen because that's the one that can go after to do the most damage on everything. So you want to get for the weak and the strong and the smart. That's just me, man. Why would somebody want to get rid of the smart? Why do they keep cutting school funding? Why did the education always be like, oh, we need to cut this? And then they also cut, and when the first thing they need to cut off of that, they cut off the arts and music. Things that make you creative, things that make you think differently. Yeah, they want you to teach math, reading, writing, arithmetic. Things that you know how to read science, math, and do work. They don't want you creative. They don't want you smart. Listen to me. Research this stuff, man. Don't listen to what the news tells you. Get the hints from the news, get the topics from the news, then go back and go look up somewhere else. That's what the internet's for. It's going to be going away soon. Use the internet for what it's used for. Use it now. Alright, this is your man DBK trying to educate y'all. Listen to what I say to you. Alright, peace.